Hold on. There we go. How are we today? Is everybody good? Everybody bueno? We should be fine for sound. Wired for sound we are today. It's a Friday. How are you today? Welcome to the program, Risers. Hope that you're well. We got interesting things to talk about today, as we do every day. But we are going to talk about the school board. It's getting interesting. Why is it that the school board and the county commissioners seem to be against you? Why is that? When they should be for you, but they are not. For the moment, El Cuco, for the moment. Hey, my name is Nick Stewart. This is Sunrise San Rosa. Welcome to the program. Telephone number calls 850-771-0049. And you can also text on the screen. However, no pronouns. Please. There's a delay. There's like a 20-second delay. We could be on to other things. And especially if you're referring to another story that we've already gone past, please help me. All right. Good to have you with us today. Your forecast for this Friday: mixed clouds and sun with scattered thunderstorms, high near 85. Chance of rain at 50%. Tonight, mainly cloudy, stray shower thunderstorm possible, low near 69. Chance of rain tonight is like 15%. And then tomorrow for your Saturday, cloudy skies, stray shower thunderstorm possible, and a high near 85. Chance of rain tomorrow is below 20%. Bueno. Your temperatures: 73 in Milton, 78 Gulf Breeze, 75 Navarre, and 74 in Pensacola. Pronoun queen. I know, Donna. You're going in timeout. Welcome, Risers. All right. The school board, Sharon says, the school board and the BOCC have forgotten their place. They're service positions, not positions of power. Exactly. All elected positions are positions of service. And as I know, so why is it when we have candidates that say, hey, I'm running for office because, listen, I am here to do the will of the people. Now, it doesn't help when you have people like the P&J or I don't know who it was that said, it's Navarre Press, a small vocal group of citizens was calling for Schiebler to step down. No, well, a small group probably was calling for a step down, but a large group was calling for him to be fired. I just say that. But we'll get to the school board stuff in just a moment. The Santa Rosa Sheriff's Office, I can speak, has added a new addition to its fleet of patrol vehicles. Let's find this. This is kind of cool. Get out of the way. So you see the camouflage in the sheriff verbiage. New military appreciation patrol car is Santa Rosa Sheriff's Office first military-themed vehicle, wrapped in camouflage lettering and decorated with flags and insignia. Sheriff Bob Johnson says it's meant to honor and support our strong military community, including those who are stationed here locally on active duty, as well as our veterans and our fallen. It contains the slogan, "We salute our military," as well as a camouflage flag. The vehicle is also decorated with logos from all 5 branches of the military. Now, they did a lottery to find out which of the former veteran police officers were going to drive it. They drew that and got that taken care of. I don't have a problem with that. And that's, I don't have a problem with this vehicle at all. I love the thought. Good job. Good job. Red snapper season today. Yes. Kim says Dave Peach was spoon feeding Navarre Press. Well, that's true. Because that would take effort. It would take effort to verify, and you can't do that. So Donna loves it. Pronoun. Meaning the patrol car. Jim Hen's cool. All right. When public officials, that first taste of power, their personal interests take over, they lose their soul. When you get elected, a lot of times you just lose your soul. All right. Blaine Flynn, the owner and CEO of Flynn Built. Let me pull up his picture. This is a cool story. I like this. He presented the school board or the school district with a check for $1,828.53. That's enough to cover all overdue lunch debt for students. Flynn is a Santa Rosa County resident and feels blessed to be in a position to be able to give back to the families who he says make the community such a wonderful place to live in. The donation covers overdue debt. It's not free lunches, which were offered during the COVID-19 pandemic. It's overdue debt. So I'm glad that I think it's cool that he did that. All right. Good morning, Roger. How are you? Oops, lost it. There's Roger. How are you? All right. That's a good deal. And I think that thank you. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Welcome sign for parents now attending Santa Rosa County School Board meeting. Let me pull that up. We're going to talk about this. Because this is a threat. It says educational institutions or school boards, penalty for disruption. Penalty for disruption. It's unlawful for any person to A, knowingly to disrupt or interfere with the unlawful administration or functions of any educational institution, school board, or activity on school board property in the state. Knowingly to advise, counsel, or instruct any school pupil or school employee to disrupt any school or school board function, activity, or school board property or classroom. C, knowingly to interfere with the attendance of another school pupil or school employee in a school or classroom. To conspire, D, or to riot or engage in any school campus or school function disruption or disturbance which interferes with the educational processes or with the orderly conduct of a school campus, school or school board function or activity on the school board property. 2. This section shall apply to all educational institutions, school boards, and functions or activities on school board property. However, nothing herein shall deny public employees the opportunity to exercise their right to pursuant to Part 2 of Chapter 447. Just you, not the employees. Any person who violates the provision of this section is guilty of a misdemeanor of the second degree, punishable as provided in section blah, blah, blah. This is a threat. Now, this should concern you. Now, the sign was also there along with 8 deputies present with 4 in tactical gear and a canine dog. I want you to think about this. Deborah cases, they've been getting threats of violence, some death threats, plus the screaming, cursing, etc. They have taken some action. What should they do? Now, Deborah, I don't know where you heard this. Now, there are some people angry, absolutely, because they're not being heard. The school board is not listening to them. Now, as far as the death threats or the threats, I don't know. But I think probably, I watched the last one. And I think that I didn't see anything out of line. I saw nobody out of line. Isn't that what a canine is, Nick? What do you mean? A canine dog? Is that what I said? Whatever. I spoke that for the Democrats watching because they don't get it. So Deborah said I went to talk to the school board member direct. Seeing if I had questions about curriculum, I should talk direct. Why not challenge them in public, Deborah? Wouldn't challenging them in public be more beneficial than talking to each member individually? Right? They need to understand that everybody needs to understand this is not okay. The curriculum, the critical race theory curriculum is not okay. You're not okay with it. This we're also not okay with. You don't silence dissent. Justin, I agree. I think the counties are going to go. It's going to go. Hey, that's a great idea, because it's a hostile work environment. Justin, as Colton Wright is prone to say, it's a hostile work environment. Then quit, you lazy. Edit. Propaganda abounds in reference to school board meetings. Yes. I think if you looked at the curriculum, you would see that they are. Now, it doesn't make a difference if they are or not, Deborah. I'll just put it that way. It doesn't make a difference if they are or they are not. The parents deserve the right to be heard. This silences dissent. This squashes free speech. And it is so subjective. Who is it that says, who makes the decision? That's out of line. But this isn't church. This isn't church, Deborah. I agree with that. This is not church. And not everybody on the school board is necessarily a Christian. That's for Christians. The Bible was written to Christians, not for school boards. And if it was written for school boards, then the school boards should act appropriately, and they don't. They are blocking people from speaking the truth or speaking what's on their heart. No, it did not. Absolutely, Deborah Kay, it did not. You are absolutely incorrect. The Bible was written to believers, followers of Christ, not school boards. You're wrong. Yes. No, it's not a concept. It's not a concept. It's a command. You have to be literal. The Bible is literal. It's not a concept. So you are incorrect. Don't. I do this stuff, right? I'm a preacher. I get it. You can't argue that and have me agree with that, because it's not true. The Bible was written to believers, to Christians. The church is not the community at large. It is the group of believers. Don't fudge the numbers. And they are silencing dissent. Exactly. Why is the school board having public meetings if discussion is not welcome? Well, it's okay. It's okay to have discussion as long as you agree with them. They are teaching a lesson. What are you talking about? This doesn't make any sense. The Bible is not suggestions. You're correct. Mercy, people. Anybody on that school board? Because look at the timing. Look at the timing of them posting this. Have you seen anything in the news about them receiving threats? Anybody? And I want to know the particular threats. because that would be all over the place if it were true, and it is not. What do you mean in the Bible? Deborah, you are talking in vague little blurbs. What do you mean in the Bible? They're teaching a lesson in the Bible. Who? What? They. It's all convoluted. This has nothing to do with anything in the Bible, but it does trample your constitutional rights because they put it up because they don't want to hear from you, and it is subjective. So if I ask a question, but you aren't giving me a straight answer, give me a straight answer. Detail, not little blurbs. I need to know what you're talking about. Yeah, call in, Deborah. 850-771-0049. I'll talk to you, but I need to know what you're talking about. But they are definitely doing this came up after the last one. Nope, we're not letting you talk anymore, and it is subjective to us. If we feel that you raise your voice a little bit or you disagree with us, you're out the door. Under penalty of prosecution. Any person who violates the provisions of this section is guilty of a misdemeanor. Not presumed. I mean, look, you don't get a trial, evidently. You're not presumed innocent. You're guilty. They are trampling your rights. And if a school board cannot listen to parents, they need to go. I cannot tell you. Come back full. What? Look. I am tired of the Santa Rosa elected officials. The county officials are out of control, whether it's school board or whether it's county commissioners. They are out of control. Wow. Does this not go way, way over the top? This is out of control. And they bring in 8 deputies. They bring in 8 deputies. They bring in a canine. 4 of the cops have tactical gear on. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That shows me they have something to hide. That is right in your face. Do not oppose us. Santa Rosa is a great place. Santa Rosa is a great place. We have terrible officials. Terrible officials. And they do not want to answer to you. They want to operate in a vacuum. And you cannot speak against them, or you're prosecuted. Any person who violates the provisions of this section, which is purely arbitrary, is guilty of a misdemeanor. Guilty of a misdemeanor. Fear and intimidation is the weapon these boards use to control. Yes. Well, good. He should. And he should be looking into our county commissioners as well. That's the only recourse we have because they are over the top. And people, I'm telling you what, this should frighten you. The show of force was in response to threats of violence. What threats of violence? What threats of violence, Deborah? You tell me what threats of violence. Where was this posted? Where was it? I'm not. Look, usually people who if capital I, capital F, if there was a threat, the people who do that would not be operating in a vacuum. I mean, they want people to know, hey, I'm angry, I'm mad, this is me. They're not going to hide themselves. Exactly, Donna. Exactly. They aren't going to post those. Why would they? Because we don't trust them. Because they're liars. Because they do crap like this. That's why they should. Because just saying, oh, we were threatened. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. If they were, it would have been in the news. We'd have talked about it. But because it didn't happen, we're not going to believe them. Just because they say so? Are you kidding me? Because Dan Schiebler said so? 5 different versions in the county commissioners? No. I won't believe him. I ain't believing these guys. Kristen says, we used to have the best school district here in Pace, and it's completely gone down the tank. Pulling our son out and putting him in private school goes deep into the school administration also. I agree. They would have been, yes, Roger, you are correct. And all 18 viewers would have seen it. Yeah, they would be. That would have been reported. It would have been in police reports. Don't give me the crap. School board members were threatened by unnamed. I do believe her. Never lied to me in over 20 years. Well, good for you. But I do not believe them. And what was the threat? What was the threat? And I don't believe anybody's threatened by, today, how are you threatened by unnamed? Text? No, you got a number. Social media? Nope, you got a name. How were they threatened? Was it little magazine letters taped to a sheet like a kidnap letter? Come on. Really? They were threatened by an unnamed. That's so stupid. I can't believe you actually fall for that. You're smarter than that, Deborah. Justin says it's heartbreaking because some of us pushed hard for these school board members. Yep. And the commissioners. It makes me want to push for everyone again. Not want to. Right. It's public if you threaten someone. Mm-hmm. And if they didn't press, if there wasn't a name, it should have at least been reported. But it's not. Instead, they bring out police in tactical gear and a canine. Then why didn't they report it, Deborah Kay? Why didn't they report it? Instead, they go full on with this garbage on this sign. And they bring in the police. So they're going to tell you, Deborah Kay, but they're not going to tell everybody else. I find that a little hinky. How do I know it was it in the police blotter? Was it anywhere registered? It would show up and someone would have reported it. Romy White would have gotten all over it. You know that's true. You know that's true. If it's reported, it shows up. It wasn't. Don't make it something that it is not. Use your reasoning, your deductive reasoning. If this was reported, it would have been in the news. Someone would have seen it. I have no secret access. Did anyone go ask? We know why. Because they want to intimidate anybody that shows up to the meeting. They had police at the last meeting in tactical gear. Don't defend them on an indefensible act. Don't defend them on an indefensible act. The school board is indefensible in this matter. They are the worst. This group is the worst. They all need to go. They are. They are wanting to shut you down by intimidation. If I stand up and speak my mind, and you're seeing it all over the nation now, people are standing up and speaking out, and they want to shut them down. And this is a way, if I speak up, I may be prosecuted. Yeah. Yeah, they don't want you to know what they're doing. Well, we'll keep assuming. Why go to the source? Make up your mind without research. That's what you've done. That's what you have done. I am going off this, and I'm going off reports. There's no reports of this. So it's not assuming. If there was a threat that they took as seriously enough to put up this sign, it would have been in the news. Don't be that person. Yeah. Holy smokes, man. If it was out there, if there was this exactly chance, if there was this threat, it would have been all over the place. Yep, it should be. I'm an elected official. There was a threat on my life or some threat of bodily harm. Someone's going to pee on my bushes, whatever it was. Going to put a flaming bag of duty on my porch. I guess between board members. I don't know. But I think it's stupid to assume that someone's telling you the truth. I mean, I could have missed it, Corey. I appreciate your support, but I could have missed it, but I doubt it. How can you have a threat that on a life that causes this sign to go up without a police report? Yeah. Bring the governor of Santa Rosa. Let's clean house. Let's do this thing. School board, county commissioners, let's have it. It's just how it is. This is what they're doing now. You cannot speak out at a school board meeting because it's subjective. They choose what is out of range. I think it's stupid to assume everyone's out to get you. It is. You are correct on that one, Deborah. You are correct on that one. Because the school board evidently has that same mindset. They're stupid. They're stupid because they think people are out to get them. The school board is going rogue. Just sunshine violation would be 2 more elected officials. That's what I thought. You can say anything you want within the rules. But look, you can't say anything you want. You cannot say anything you want. because all this on this board is subjective. Yeah, Debbie Gano, she was fine. She was vocal, but they escorted her out. Yeah, she's a threat. Little Debbie Gano, what is she? 5'2"? Maybe. She was a threat. Let's have her escorted out. Maybe the county meeting places could be protected with barbed wire and guards like the Capitol. Yeah, the world is getting bizarre. And I think it's very bizarre when you have people defending the school board for this crap. It makes me wonder. 850-771-0049. Who people? This is scary. Justin. Not tomorrow. It's not raining tomorrow. But do you see the problem with this? Do you see any major problems with this mindset? You're saying sorry to Debbie Gano? Good. I get you, Roger. This is wow. You will not speak against us. We're going to do whatever the heck we want. And you're just going to suck it up. Look, if the public is wrong on this critical race theory in Santa Rosa, then let's have an actual discussion. Your teachers, your educators, educate us. Educate us. But they're not. They're not. They're arguing, but they're not educating. Makes you wonder how effective they are as a school board if they don't understand education. Educate us. But they can't. But you've got out of control school board, you got out of control county commissioners. And it's only you with your voice, with your voting, with your pressure, is the only thing that will change it. Chance says CRT is a violation of the DOE Code of Ethics. Well, it is. You can't erase racism with racism. You can't. If they, the school board, thank you, Donna, God bless you, can take the heat, they can't take the heat. They need to get out of the kitchen. But no, they just keep you out of the kitchen. Yeah. SRC is not teaching critical race theory. Okay. Then teach us what you are teaching. Educate us, educators, on what is actually happening. Yeah, thank you, Lord, for the few private schools in the area. They're amazing. No fear-mongering, great morals, and child's best interest are the most important. I also want to say, Tom, Brianne, that homeschooling nationwide was like at 3.3%. Forever, it's been like 3.3%. Last fall, it jumped to 11%. That should tell you something. That people do not want crap like this. They don't. It's basically saying we have no rights to disagree with them at all. No wonder the enrollment at WFBA, LEAD, and SRCA is on the rise. Yes, and homeschooling as well. You're not going to do this to us. Yeah, last year when we were talking about there was sex in the schools from 8th grade on up, kids having sex in school, that was bad. This is worse. This is worse. 850-771-0049. It's too much. Hey, I get it. I get it, Brianne. Protect your children. Protect your children from the school board. It's a shame when the school board is out to devour your children. Here, Deborah. Here's a Bible thing for you. That the devil walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And he's out for your children via the school board. If they're not teaching CRT, then show what they are teaching. Yeah, again, teach us. Teach us. Send to the governor. If enough people bring this to attention, maybe something can be done. I'd rather they work getting some teachers actually qualified to teach the classes they're teaching. I understand. Karen Barber said they were not going to allow woke in our schools. No, but you did. So I used an actual reference. I used an actual reference that applies to this situation where you did not. I did. There you go. 850-771-0049. What else? We can talk about this. I don't care. But it just seems ridiculous to me that that they could go to this extreme. Believe the citizens want a clear understanding of what has been voted on to teach. That should be explained clearly to the public. And let us see the curriculum, look through the curriculum, not just what you want us to see. Let us look at it. Give us the scope and sequence. How about that? 850-771-0049. Oh, mercy. Robert Sampson, 52 of Gulf Breeze, Florida, pled guilty today to charges of video voyeurism and disorderly conduct. Sampson videoed 8 fellow Department of Veteran Affairs employees using a hidden recording device that he placed in a restroom at the Veterans Affairs Joint Ambulatory Care Center in Pensacola. It was on multiple occasions from August 2019 to June 2020. Sampson pled guilty as charged. The facts introduced at the time of the plea revealed Sampson admitted to placing a hidden camera disguised to look like a... Who wants to video people taking a wee-wee? What do you... Deborah, oh my gosh. Parents, the public, that's who's going to review all that. Are you kidding me? Wow. So the school board's not going to review all of it? They're just going to okay it? Is that what you're telling me? The school board's not going to review all of that. We're just going to vote it in because we're ignorant and trashy. Is that what you're saying? The videotaping is just nasty. I don't want to be there when I go. We must do all that we can to see what the teachers are teaching. The parents actually let the parents actually parent and decide what's best for the children when it comes to things such as race and the like. The majority of people, the vast majority of people, it's only a small percentage that are racist. What happened to reading, writing, and arithmetic as curriculum? Oh, no. You can't do that. That's racist. They do. They do need to be reviewing. They do. Let's see it. You just told me, Deborah, Deborah, you just told me who's going to review all that. And now you say parents need to be reviewing for their children. So which is it? Nobody does it or everybody does it? You tell me. There are people who have the time to review. They care about their children. And the public in general that need to look at it. We're talking about releasing it to public. Yes. I'm not being combative. I'm pointing out a fact. When you have the school board putting up a sign that says, hey, listen, we can have you tossed out and prosecuted because you disagree with us, that's the problem. We need to run them out. Not vote them out. They need to be thrown out of office. Cast aside. It's too much. The Santa Rosa County man accused of killing a woman and burying her body pleaded not guilty in court Thursday morning. Johnny Malisham, 60, appeared before a judge pleading not guilty to charges of second-degree murder and possession of a weapon by a felon. Deputies arrested Malisham in May for the death of a missing Milton woman, Cynthia Hoover. Court documents say he hit her in the head with a hatchet on March 8th, killing her. Then he allegedly buried her in his Baghdad backyard. The arrest report says deputies found out through an anonymous tip. Now, here you go, Deborah. Here is an unnamed person. And it was reported. Wow, interesting. Jason is right. Kids do not see color. Kids do not see color. That is taught. But he pleaded guilty. He pleaded not guilty for burying a hatchet in the woman's head. How did her body get in your backyard? I don't know. Marshala says, for the amount of taxes I've paid over the past 25 years as a homeowner, I should get a copy of any curriculum I want to for review. You're paying for it. You're paying for it. Saying writing that note is threatening to all the citizens. Yeah. You can disagree with me. I'm fine with that. But make it a legitimate argument. That's all I'm saying. I'm pointing out the errors in your argument. Number one, if it was an anonymous threat, named or unnamed, whatever, it would have been reported. It would have been everywhere. Everywhere. Use common sense. It would be everywhere. This is a threatening note to put it up saying, you speak up and speak your mind. You dissent, we will have you thrown out and probably prosecuted. You can disagree with me. That's fine. Just have a thought out argument. And this is not, Deborah. Common sense, it would have been reported. If there's cops there for that, why are the cops there? Well, there was a threat. It was reported. Again, Romy would have been all over it in the South Santa Rosa News. Heck, the P&J might have even covered that one. We don't know. That's a guess. That was a copy of the law. Yep. It was a shot across the bow. Yep. One-term barber. I would like to see her not finish the term. Okay, hold on a second. Let me put that up for you. Dana, I will pull that up again so you can see that because I think it's worth looking at. again. I'm going to read it again. Let's see. Let's pull this up. I'm going to get out of the way here so we can see it. I'm going to put away your thing across the bottom. It's unlawful for any person. It is FS 877.13. Educational institution or school board's penalty for disruption. It's unlawful for any person to knowingly disrupt or interfere with the lawful administration of functions or any educational institution, school board, or activity on school board property in the state. Blah, blah, blah. All the rest to go down. You can look at it. Now, I don't know. This is just beyond anything. And your school board is a problem. Your school board is a problem. Now, I am beyond the age of school children and beyond the age of selling a kidney for my kids' college. Now, but that doesn't make a difference. Regardless of your age, you should be outraged that you do not have a voice if you disagree. There's no dissent. I agree with you. Cut the head off and kill the snake. Not literally, figuratively. Because we don't want Deborah to take this as a threat. Right? We need to know who we're electing. Yeah. And I tell you what, let's find good, solid, moral people to run that won't lose their soul. You should ask Deborah, because they don't want people speaking against them. That is it. They don't like it. You say, I don't like people disagree with me. The school board doesn't. The school board doesn't like people disagree with it. Today's curriculum, tomorrow's nation. I'm scared. Oh, you have to turn up the heat, Heather. You got to turn up the heat. We have a pack of rhinos. I know. What business is being done during the public forum? I understand you could take it. That's fine. But the school board can't. The school board cannot. When they start rounding up heretic risers, will be the first on the list. I have some thoughts, but yeah. They answered but you were, look, Deborah, you were not disagreeing with them. Did your questions challenge them? And I don't, from what I see on here, no. You don't ask questions to make them look good. That's what did you ask? And how did you ask it? Because I think that, Deborah, you're kind of like the media with Biden. It's a lot of real smarmy questions. I want to show you this. This shows you, this is the tough questions that's being asked to the Biden administration.
White House cat, is that something that's still happening here? Our readers are asking us a lot, so I
bet.
have a right to ask.
I've been joking, although maybe it might be true, that we're waiting for a bad news day for that to come out. If you see a tail wagging coming out of the briefing room, you'll know something bad's about to happen. I don't have any update on the cat. I know there's a lot of interest.
So it was about a cat. Is it true that the Biden administration is going to have a cat in the White House? Is that what's going to happen? What's your favorite ice cream? That's the kind of lapdog questions I'm wondering. Because, and if you ask it to one individual, which individual did you ask, Deborah Kay? You said you asked one member. Who was it? Or is it another anonymous thing? An unnamed member. You see how bogus this stuff is? I just don't. You're right, Tom. When you forget you work for us, it's beyond time we find a replacement that will not forget they're simply working for we the people. I want to save the heat for those who really deserve it. Yes, I challenge. So what did they say about the show of force at the meetings besides an unnamed source or an unnamed person? Well, will it be tolerated if teachers do solo? What's the difference if an opinion about who was thrown out? What? Difference of opinion? What do you mean? I don't understand that statement. Deb Gano was thrown out of the meeting. She was escorted out by deputies for speaking out. We vote them in, we can vote them out. And the sooner the better. I am not for waiting for the next election. Not. Pull that trigger. Not literally, figuratively. You do the job or you get out. You work for the people or you're gone. Right. I understand, Sharon. It was Debbie. What was Debbie? Tom, no pronouns. Yeah. Fire him. What were the answers? I'm sure they gave Deb the answers she wanted to hear, and she accepted them. Find good people. People with a soul. Find people with a soul. Find people that are solid. Find people that are not really, they're reluctant to serve. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do this. Those are the people you want in there. Not the people like, oh, give me that job. Those are the people I'm concerned about. Nobody called you adult. I do think that you are sympathetic to them. I just think you accepted the answers. Yep. Debbie. Katie says she has no school-age kids now, but the result of the culture she's seeing 2021 has surprised her. What's being taught, what's not taught across our nation. I'm concerned for the welfare of our country. By the way, critical race theory is absolutely anti-Christian. It's anti-Christian. We'll talk about that in the coming days. I understand it requires a different bill. I did not call you stupid. I don't think I called you. If I did, I apologize. But I don't think I called you stupid. I think that it wasn't thought out. I think maybe some of the actions were not intelligent. But use your head. Use your head, Deb. Think critically. Think critically. This is not okay. It's not okay. They want God removed. Absolutely. They want to erase genders. They want to inflict penalties upon those who are white. It's yes. It is anti-American, anti-Christian, and anti-intelligent. That's why we should demand answers from the school board and not give them a pass. What blinders? What blinders? This blinder? That blinder? How blind is it, Deb? How blind is it to accept there was an unnamed threat that wasn't reported? And we have cops with tactical gear and a canine at a school board meeting over something that wasn't reported. How blind is that? You take off the blinders. I'm open. If someone can show me, give me evidence, I'll retract everything. I will. But look, the facts right now, if this was an actual threat, it would have been all over the blasted news. Everywhere, national. But it wasn't. Amy says, I can't put it, but it's too long. I believe we have at least one on the school board who is truly good and has our kids. There's always just one. However, I'm beginning to wonder if the elected ethical ones can fight against the others. No, because you need a majority. They seem to get pressure into what the majority desires. Well, Deb, I agree. But when you have this, you can't ask for answers because they don't have to give them. You've not gotten any answers from the county commissioners for their wrongdoings, and you're not going to get any answers from this group of morons. I know that you're right. District school board meetings, removal of persons interfering with meetings. The pending presiding officer of any district school board may order the removal from a public meeting held by the district school board of any person interfering. Yeah, that's a longer post. With the expeditious or orderly process of each meeting, provided such officer has first issued a warning that his continued interference with the disorderly process of the meeting will result in removal. Any law enforcement authority or a sergeant at arms designated by the officer shall remove any person ordered removed pursuant to the subsection. What could they not post on this one? They could post that one, but they didn't. It is a power problem. Tom, yes. They truly believe they have free reign to do whatever they want. And you have no recourse. Shut up and sit down. You do not get you're right, Amy. Exactly. It would have made national news. But they don't. What section do you have? What solution do you have? We vote them out. That's what solution we have. Because they're not going to allow us to speak. They have a forum. And people were in the forum. And they were allowed to speak. You have one officer there. That's sufficient. If there's a threat, post it. Oh. All right, kids. We're out of time. This is not a one-day thing. You need to be upset about that and voice your opinion. Holy smokes, people. Over the top. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Like it, share it. Open your eyes to what's going on around you. Ask hard questions. Not easy questions like Deb. Ask hard questions. And we'll see you on Monday. God bless you. Have a great weekend. Thank you, and stay strong.